Welcome back to Tailgate Sports Media Podcast, the premier podcast for sports, mostly football, and the most important part of sports, sort of the tailgate. I'm Peyton. That's Devin. Today, our first ever guest, we have Raymond, Pitmaster, Brahmas Fan RIP Extraordinaire. But most importantly, the man behind the No Bitches Team of the Week.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is exciting. First guest ever.
Yeah.
So, okay,
I'll try not to mess it up.
you're going to do great. I'm probably going to interrupt you a lot. Be ready for that. There's a way to start this. And the way to start this is talk about the UFL and all of the happenings that happened over the happening of the week. This is the happening of the week. New segment. The UFL.
The happening of the week is the new season.
All right. The happening of the week is what happened in the UFL. So I guess I'll narrate a little bit or summarize a little bit, and then you guys will definitely jump into this because I know y'all have some takes on this as
I got some thoughts.
avid Brahmas fans. So basically what happened was the UFL cut the Memphis, Michigan, and San Antonio teams. Michigan and San Antonio was not because of a fan base. It was because or lack of interest per se. It was because of lack of appropriate venue. And then Memphis got cut because the team sucked. There was no venue. Memphis is just not a great sports town in general. And no one was going to the games. The new teams that replaced them are the Columbus Aviators, the Louisville Kings, and the Orlando Storm. So I'm going to turn it over to you two. I think the pressing issue for y'all that y'all would love to talk about is maybe the Brahmas. But whatever y'all want to talk about, go for it.
Yeah.
Let me get my props real quick.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me scramble this real quick.
My Brahmas hat.
RIP.
My Brahmas hat. My Commander's hat. They can't keep fucking us. They can't keep fucking us. They can't keep getting away with it.
They shouldn't be able to get away with it, but they have consistently.
I mean, realistically, okay, it's a venue problem. It's a venue problem. Okay, cool.
It's not a venue problem because you could just go to New Braunfels. Texas State Stadium's right there.
No, fuck that. I don't want to go there ever again. Fuck that. Fucking speaking of Texas State Stadium, I went downstairs and my wife was drinking a beatbox. So fucking pass.
You're in for a night.
Can't survive off of warm water and beatboxes.
Do you know what the capacity of Freeman Coliseum is?
Freeman Coliseum can't fit a football field. It's a basketball stadium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the problem with San Antonio. There's a bunch of stadiums around, but they're all owned by high school districts. They won't sell alcohol. They are not prepared for a national broadcast. They won't sell alcohol. Okay, got it. People keep saying the Alamo Stadium. When we went to the game earlier this year, the concessions situation, even if they could do a game there, is just not great.
They had lines like halfway around the stadium for SAISD football games.
Yeah, a crowd of like 1,000 people, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, that wouldn't work. Anyways, everything's owned by high school school districts or school districts. It wouldn't work. Toyota Field wouldn't work. It's only 8,000 people, and the soccer team that plays there starts playing in March, and they play every Saturday. That being said, we knew Memphis was on the chopping block. We knew Michigan was at least up for getting relocated. Like, hey, it's way too much. $500,000 per game is way too much for Michigan. No one said shit about San Antonio.
Everyone thought San Antonio was safe. We all did.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, yeah, San Antonio's safe. They have the third highest crowd in a 1 in 9 year. They have the worst team in the league with the third highest crowd. They're good. If they have a decent season, they're going to do fine. Especially if these guys would just work on the scheduling. We only had 4 home games. We only, we're going to do a Sunday morning game on Mother's Day or Easter, which are the worst possible days you could fucking do it during the season for San Antonio. Dude, that's a Saturday game easy, or a Friday night game easy. There was no effort to save the team. It was a foregone conclusion. Hey, it's 60,000 people. When it was earlier, they didn't allow upper bowls up the top decks to be sat. So if you had just forced everyone down, it still would have looked more full. However, if you had just said something, San Antonio, the same thing they did with Birmingham, San Antonio, if you would get me 10,000 season ticket pre-sales by July, the Brahmas will be back. And I could have guaranteed it would have been done.
Honestly, though, I don't think even the Brahmas knew they were getting cut because I was getting calls for season tickets like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before the announcement came out.
Yeah, they wanted to take money from people.
Well,
hey, come get your season ticket. You're not going to have a team next year, and I guess we'll process a refund whenever.
I'll jump in. So I think here's the thing that I don't believe, that when they're talking about stadium sizes. Birmingham is keeping their team and their stadium size is 45,000 and they're never going to fill that thing up. It's always going to be half full. They might max out at 30,000, but that thing will never be full. Obviously, St. Louis can fit 35, 40,000 people in that stadium. San Antonio can get 30,000 people out. Here's the problem. There's no marketing. So when you don't have marketing, there's things to do in San Antonio, a lot of things to do. If you're not selling the games to people, people aren't going to show up. And then on top of that, so aside from all of those things, the real reason I think that the team was cut is because I think their branding was garbage.
I mean,
I think Brahmas, they were called the Brahmas because A, it was Spanish, and B, The Rock made the team. They wanted a team in San Antonio, and he was like, oh, this is perfect, like my child team, the Brahmas, right? That's what happened. So I think San Antonio and the Alamo Dome could get another team in the future. They can. Granted, I don't know how good fan turnout will be after getting burned for a third time, or after getting burned for a second time, I should say. But they could get another team in the future, right? And there's many ways to do this. I also think that Austin is the other city that'll get a look at. Austin shows up really well for their soccer team, and their soccer team's mediocre. So that is, and they have a soccer stadium, which apparently they love. So it's between Austin and San Antonio to get a future team. But besides all of that, the other issue that the real big issue, I think, is the branding sucked. They were going to rebrand these teams anyway. And they're like, okay, how do we get brands that we can market? And I feel like the Brahmas brand, they didn't feel like was as marketable as the other brands they kept. They changed Houston. This is where I will say they changed Houston back to the Gamblers. And I think the reason they changed Houston back to the Gamblers was because that Roughnecks name they're going to use for another Texas team in the future.
Where would they keep another Texas team, though?
Austin or San Antonio.
I would, if they came to San Antonio as the Roughnecks, I'd be pissed. I'd be honest. I will say this: the branding was bad. The Brahmas was like, okay, yeah, I mean, I get it. The horns forward thing, that was stupid. I hated that. As a Brahmas fan, I'll be honest. I'll come out and say it. I didn't like horns forward. As an Oklahoma fan, you want me to go like this at all the games? It's not going to happen. It's too close. That's dangerous territory. Yeah, I mean, that's a 5-degree tilt away from me being a traitor.
You're all right. You'll be all right.
You shut your mouth.
So
don't be getting me over here all suspicious over here.
So I think that
the eyes of Texas are upon you. That's all I'm saying.
I think that what they did to the Brahmas was actually despicable. But
I would be fine with a rebrand. Rebrand all the fuck you want.
It could have been the San Antonio Gamblers, but I think what it really came down to was that if you're selling 11,000 people, if San Antonio had drawn a crowd of over 20,000 every game, they would have stayed because they're like, okay, we can bump this up to 30,000 easily with some good marketing and with a good, yeah, just some good marketing would have bumped the 30,000 up to 30,000, right? In their
I
head,
mean, a half-assed decent schedule and some marketing would have done. I mean, these guys right here had 30,000 people in the dome.
almost every game. So that's what I'm saying. But the Commanders' branding was better. And like you have to like Brahmas, it doesn't encapsulate the culture or anything to do with San Antonio. You, you like anything that's had to do with San Antonio, it just Brahmas is not it. So I just don't. It sucks that the San Antonio team is gone. I'm not sad to see the brand hopefully disappear into the ether, except for the memorabilia that you guys have. And I hope San Antonio can get a team in the future because they'll be expanding to 16 teams, hopefully, if they stick around. And I hope San Antonio is on the short list. And I think he mentioned it being San Antonio, Memphis, or Minnesota, not Minnesota, Detroit,
Yeah.
Michigan being on the short list if they look at coming or when they look at expansion.
I mean,
I know,
Michigan's for sure going to get a team back as soon as that soccer stadium opens up.
yes.
Yeah,
So let's talk about Michigan because that's also the crazy one. The only team to see an attendance increase with the poor marketing. They were the UFL, defending, I guess, what is it, USFL conference champions. They got rid of conferences. So you're getting rid of one of your top four teams. Granted, the Panthers lost Bryce Perkins. He's in the league right now. I don't see him being back for next year. Maybe he is. I don't know. But so I could see why they thought maybe. But the another thing about the league is, and this is the other thing that people aren't talking about. Teams are re-signing people, yes, but they're going to reopen the whole. Everyone's going to be a free agent, and they're going to allocate players to teams based off where they went to college, like they did with the AAF back in the day. And they have zero coaches technically, so no one's under contract. All these teams that are signing people, those teams are going to get swapped up again, as from what I understood from the interview that Mike Repoli did. But yeah, I think this is a good time to segue into the new look UFL. So we'll start with the teams that stayed. The DC Defenders stayed, the Birmingham Stallions stayed, and the St. Louis Battlehawks stayed. DC Defenders and the St. Louis Battlehawks, I think, were the two best brands in the UFL. So, they're constantly good or decent teams, always competing for a playoff spot or competing for the championship. DC Defenders with the beer snake, with the lemon throwing lemons on the field, with the this will. I think their motto is "This will defend." But that also is the drill sergeant motto in the army. So maybe I'm just confusing the two. But good shields up. That's what their motto was. Shields up. DC, great brand. Then you move to St. Louis. St. Louis, if you guys noticed, slight logo change.
I did not see that. That was too
Yeah,
bad.
slight logo change, not a lot. So St. Louis, the logo changed super slightly. You have to be like a savant to catch it. And obviously I didn't catch it, but I saw someone that did. Or I follow someone that did catch it and they brought it up. Then Birmingham, no branding change. I think it's the most storied franchise. So it's hard to move the most storied franchise that you have. So ipso facto, they stay. Then we move into two teams that also stayed, but sort of. You have Houston Roughnecks rebrand to the Houston Gamblers, but with a new Houston Gamblers logo that I actually really like. A new Houston color scheme that is reminiscent of the LA Wildcats that I actually really like and I think will look good. I think that this Houston rebrand could work in their favor. I think it's a good move. I do think it's a good move. Love the Roughnecks. I loved it, but right in the recent 2 years of UFL, the Houston Roughnecks were synonymous with bad coaching and not a good product. And that
Yeah.
So hopefully they get a new coach. Hopefully they get a good quarterback. I would hope they bring back AJ Smith, the Brahmas OC. I hope he gets that job because that dude puts out an exciting offense, and when he puts out an exciting offense, it's fun to watch. And
Yeah.
I think that that's good. You want that for spring football. Then the Renegades go from the Arlington Renegades to the Dallas Renegades, which I think is a good move.
Yeah.
No one knows where Arlington's at. Everyone knows where Dallas is at.
Yeah.
All right, now we move on to the three new teams. I'm going to save one team for last because. All right, well, I'll start. Arlington, or not Arlington, Columbus Aviators. Looked at the logo, loved the logo, colors, basically the Titans, but
Yeah.
whatever. Um, I love the logo. I love the name. It's unique. I love pretty much all that they have going on for that team. I like it. Then the next new team, the last team that was announced, the Orlando Storm. This team I'm very excited about. You get an Orlando team that has colors that aren't the same colors as the local college's arch rival. Great move, in my opinion. What you should do. On top of that, the colors are the same colors that the now defunct but great Orlando Apollos had.
That's who it reminds me of.
The logo, the Orlando Storm logo with the cyclone and the lightning bolt S in the middle, I loved it. I think that that's great. I think that that's easy to sell. I think that's going to look great on a helmet, even. So, pretty much all of the thing that's going on with Orlando, that was my favorite new team. And I was like honestly excited about it. Orlando was obviously going to get a team. Mike Repoli is based out of Orlando.
Mhm.
I think it was a foregone conclusion that Orlando was going to get a team because he's going to want to go to those games every Saturday, and that's what he's going to do. It's easy for him. The final team we're going to talk about, and in my opinion, is now what I would consider going to have the San Antonio Brahmas branding. It's terrible branding. The Louisville Kings. We don't need two horse logos in an 18 league.
Horses are popular.
I'm trying to figure out why is the horse green?
The green color scheme comes back, which, okay, whatever, that's fine. I'm not mad about that. For some reason, this league really wants there to be a lime green team in the league.
I mean, I'm cool with the lime green. I just don't think it's a King's lime green.
Yeah, like Kings sounds purple, some royal gold.
Yeah, exactly. Gold. Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. You could have done the freaking Pittsburgh Maulers, gold and black color scheme, and it would have been fine. But instead, we do I get it. They're trying to get diversity in as far as the color scheme goes. We have like 7 blue teams in this league, so they have to change up and get some diversity, which is why they had to change the Roughnecks partially to the Gamblers because the Aviators are going to have blue in them because there's a lot of blue. The other pro team in Columbus that's hockey, not soccer, the Blue Jackets, similar color scheme. So I, I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on the new branding. What y'all think from the top to the bottom?
None of them are the San Antonio Brahmas,
I
so
mean, pretty
I think
much.
it's terrible.
I think they were doing there. I was on board until we got to Kings. Like, I think they did really well, and then I clicked on the Louisville Kings, and it just fell off. Now, my question to you guys is, before we get to rosters, what team would you see just going off of name and mascot? Who are you rooting for?
I was never a Brahmas fan. I was a Renegades fan the whole time. So
Oh, okay, well you're set. Then ex Brahmas fan Devin Dees. Where you
Probably the Renegades because Bob Stoops.
see, I'm kind of a gambling man now. I'm liking the golden red.
here's what I will say about this league: the current state of the league is, aside from the Louisville and Columbus team, who will be in the best interest of the league to figure this out. Every team right now has a geographical nearby rival, or at least a geographical rival that makes sense.
Yeah,
Alabama and Orlando,
yeah.
Mhm.
easy rivalry. Florida versus Bama, yeah, it's a great rivalry to sell. Birmingham, Orlando, that's an easy rivalry right there. One. The next one, Texas Showdown. You
Yep.
have the Renegades and the Gamblers. And to me, Renegades and Gamblers, I like because the what's it called? It sounds Western. It sounds like a Western
Yeah.
showdown.
Like a saloon.
Yeah, like the showdown in the UFL saloon.
You have the illegal backroom gambling that has to defend its profits from the bandits that are coming to steal it. It sounds like a Red Dead Redemption mission.
Yeah.
That's it's the Red Dead shootout instead of the Red
Red
River.
Dead Shootout right here. Boom. We just named it.
Yep.
So
Mike, I'll forgive you right now if you call it the Red Dead Shootout.
then you have just a storied rivalry as far as leagues go from the dating back from the XFL is you have St. Louis versus DC. That's been a rivalry. Um, Great rivalry. Honestly, not even joking, as far as rivalries in pro football, it's up there. It can't compete with all the NFL rivalries, but it's up there.
I mean, it's
Like
definitely the biggest thing for the league. Um, they need to stay consistent with it. I'm not sure how the new conferences or anything are going to work out like
no
that.
conferences. Top
Oh, they
four
got rid of.
teams. So this is where I like the new thing that's going on. No conferences. Top. So it's going to be randomized schedules, right? You're going to play three teams twice a year. Hopefully, it's like, hey, you're going to play your rival twice. Like DC's got to play St. Louis, and St. Louis has got DC's got to go to St. Louis, and St. Louis has got to go to DC at some point
Yeah.
because that's good rivalry. I hope they do that with Orlando. Um, I hope they do that with the Texas teams. They will do that with the Texas teams because guess what? Saves costs. I don't know if the teams are still going to be the league still going to operate out of the hub system.
They probably will. Which
But
is yeah.
well, here's the weird part about that. Well, actually, we'll get to that in a second because there's a reason I'm saying that. Next, if Michigan comes back, the Detroit or the Michigan team versus the Columbus team will be a great rivalry. And then you just find someone that Louisville can compete with, be a rival to. Louisville will have a semi rivalry against St. Louis, from what I'm tracking.
Yeah, I mean, those are pretty. Those games are close enough to each other where they should have good visiting crowds, which is honestly one of the bigger things the league is missing, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But I think honestly, the better thing they should build up on is I think you're hitting a good point is build up on those rivalries, figure out a way to get those rivalries really strong, and then see where you can branch out from there.
Yep. I that's what I'm like you if you can get someone like there's nothing that fuels a fan more than hate.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's if you want a fan to root for a team, it's a lot easier to get the fan to root for that team if they can hate another team.
Yeah, I'd say that's what was missing from this league in the past because I can't think of any team that I hated going to all those games.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. So here's
There's
what
a
I will say.
team, there's one color over there, there's another color over there. We're
Yep.
that one. That's about it.
So they really need to sell the rivalries. I hope they do that. Um, Part of the so we'll get it. The next part about the UFL that we need to get into is the stadium changes. So Arlington is no longer playing at Comanche Field. They're playing at Toyota Field, which is in Frisco, a soccer stadium for the local
Mhm.
soccer team.
Actually, pretty
Um,
nice.
that's why it's weird because if the league is no longer going to be based out of that Arlington area, they're moving to Toyota Field. Are we still going to have the hub? I hope they don't. If they don't have the hub, that's a good move. Um, the Gamblers have moved to the same field, the soccer field that the Houston Dynamo play at. I know it's like something like
It's like
Cisco
Shell Field or something.
Shell Energy Stadium. There you go. And then so Orlando is going to be playing at the Orlando Soccer Stadium, which is called something. Louisville is going to be playing at the Louisville Professional Soccer Stadium.
Sensing a pattern here.
Yeah. The other team, Columbus is going to be playing at the Historic Crew. Which the good thing about the Historic Crew Stadium for Columbus is there is a minor league soccer team that plays there, but that is the old stadium of the Columbus Crew. They have a new stadium. So the Historic Crew Stadium will pretty much be primary tenant will be the Columbus Aviators. And then obviously DC still plays in the soccer stadium. And then the dome, the Battle Dome, and the protective field stayed the same. So I get the soccer, like the push for these smaller soccer stadiums, and I get it. But the reason that I'm like, is because while it is great to be able to sell out 15,000, what happens if your league is more successful than you thought and 30,000 people want to go to these games?
I realistically, it's a while off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a while off. Realistically, assuming these contracts with these stadiums are short term, they're not more than 2 or 3 years. Because I know last year they were in talks with the city of San Antonio to get a multi-year deal going for the Alamo Dome. So from the sounds of it, it was like 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. I think anywhere that they worked out a deal for a smaller venue, those teams got to stay. Obviously, San Antonio wasn't going to work out. They left. There was nowhere in Michigan really, so they left. And Memphis just sucked. They left.
Yeah,
I think they're
Memphis.
going to push these smaller venues. Well, obviously, they are pushing these smaller venues. It looks like a better product on TV. The crowd experience is better. So you feel like you had a better time at the game, and they're hoping that's going to maintain attendance. And then the new people that come in want to keep coming.
Yep. So the final thing that I'll say, or actually not necessarily the final thing I'll say on this, but so they are talking about they are going to be redesigning all 8 uniforms, or all uniforms will be getting revamped. Of the ones that existed. Mike Repoli did state that John Gruden will be involved in the league. Ideally, he's a coach. I would love John Gruden to be the head coach of the Orlando team, and then Jay Gruden to be able to be the head coach of like the Columbus team.
That would be pretty funny.
right. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. And if they can get big name coaches, they can sell more games. That's just the reality of the situation.
Yeah, I mean,
Mike McCarthy sitting around, go get him. Screw it. And I mean, I don't know if they will, but John Gruden just wants to coach football. So if they can get John Gruden, that'd be a big deal. Mike Repoli has really good connections with a lot of media, like Barstool. He has really good connections with Barstool. He has really good connections with ESPN, all these other places, and they have invested interest in this league. So as far as marketing goes, like it should be pretty easy. And I hope that we don't see another failure on that front, because if it's the same old, then spring football will be doomed.
Yeah.
We don't want that. All right. Any closing thoughts on the UFL for you guys?
I got a couple. Raymond, you got any?
I mean, past RIP Brahmas, my fandom is up for sale. Anybody wants to send me an email, Mark want me to put on the jersey, I'm open right now. I'm tempted to be a gambling man, so they're first in line, but it's really first come, first serve.
I was so excited to do tailgates for the Brahmas game. It was going to be
Oh,
I was so ready to do them, set up some tailgates, do the videos there, and now it's not going to happen. So I think we're going to have to do Renegades and Gamblers.
I mean,
sometime this spring.
we could still set up Brahmas tailgates and just watch the other games. There's nothing going on at the Alamo Dome now.
Yeah, we
Dude,
could.
go to the old fan groups like, hey, we're gonna go cheer for the Brahmas at the Renegades game. Renegades and Houston. Dallas and Houston are playing. We're gonna show up in all our old San Antonio gear and just
Yeah.
boo both of them.
At this rate, we might be able to put together one of those like Cleveland Browns type jerseys of all the spring ball teams. Just
Yeah.
clip of Commanders, clip of Brahmas.
Um, two things. Not necessarily on this news, but uh Big Mike came out today and in his press conference is like, hey, if you're 24 or 25 years old, and you haven't made it to the next level, maybe you should get into coaching. You think that's stupid? I think that's a stupid ass thing to say. You are desperate for talent. Desperate for talent.
Also, dudes don't graduate college until they're 22, 23. There's some
Yeah,
24-year-old
basically
dudes
you're
playing
saying
right now.
you want people to not make it to the NFL and then spend 2 or 3 years in the UFL trying to get to the NFL. If they don't make it, they move on. If the dude's a 28 years old and he's not good enough to get the NFL and he's still dunking on college kids, he can
Mhm.
play in the UFL as long as he
Yep.
wants if you want a better product.
Roy
Okay.
Tomu is about to be 30. And this is the thing with what you're saying is like at some point, you don't want to compete with the NFL, right? You want to have a complementary relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, you're going to want, this is specifically talking about quarterbacks, you're going to want quarterbacks who are good enough to be backups in the NFL, but choose to play in your league because they like playing football and they
I
don't
mean,
want to see.
that's something that the AAF did was the quarter, everyone else was making like 50 or 60 and the quarterbacks made 200.
Yeah. Well, they
People
do
wanted to
that in
go
the
play.
UFL. They have quarterback specific contracts in the UFL. Every league does it. But
They
it's,
do?
yeah, the CFL and the UFL do it right now. Like Luis Perez makes like $250,000 a year,
Okay. That's better, but
or maybe not that much, but he makes more than the average player. And you can, so there's a base contract, which is $60,000. Everyone makes a $60,000. You can negotiate for more. Um, and to say, hey, if you can't, if you're, you know, 5 years in and you're not making it to the league, you should move on. It's like, no, dude, like good football is good football. If you want good football, you want the best people available to play in your league. If that best person available is a 33-year-old defensive back and he just wants to keep playing football, let him. And guess what? It's a spring football league. Guess what he can do? He can still coach in the fall. He can go coach a high school in the fall.
yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, from a team perspective, don't you want a veteran guy? Granted, it's not a veteran NFL guy, but wouldn't you want to keep talent around for an extended period of time so you don't have to start over every season?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the reality. That's the other thing is like if you can keep a guy on your roster for 5 years, oh no, like that's not a problem. They're gonna have to figure that out. They're gonna have to figure because Mike Reveille can go on and talk, but he can't talk himself into a hole because then he's gonna have players being like, "Fuck this guy, I'm gonna go play at this in the CFL." Like you have a compete like in the U.S. you don't have a competing league, but you do have a competing spring league that people can go play for, and that is the CFL. And people will go play for those competing spring leagues. So don't say stupid things would be my thing. Okay,
I got one more statement.
go for it.
I can't find anything on the quarterbacks. I know the XFL did it. I can't find anything about the current UFL. All they're saying is everyone makes a base 62. Real quick though, let me say this. Raymond, you wake up tomorrow morning, 500 million in the account.
Okay.
How much are you spending to keep the Brahmas or keep a San Antonio team?
Okay. That's a different question.
And
500
if you
million.
keep the San Antonio team, what's the name?
See, because the arena team is already the Gunslingers. That'd be a really good name.
Would be a good name.
Okay. Team name, I think we go Vaqueros.
Okay.
Not feeling it.
There's a college team. You can't steal their
Oh,
thunder.
yeah, you're right.
A college team 4 hours away?
Yeah, I just
No,
couldn't do it.
I think he's right. I think just in under the deadline on that one. Damn, that was. I mean, that's really all I had for team name.
I'm willing to put $50 million in.
I'd up it 200 million.
Well, no, because I got big plans with the other $450 million I have. I'm putting $50 million in. Specifically, I want an ownership stake, so I want to say in things that are going on. I'm going to cover a 10-year deal with the Alamo Dome.
Hmm.
Okay, where like if anyone else wants to come to town, the only exception is the Final Four. We will work around the Final Four. Anybody else, fuck off, and I'll pay the Alamo Dome to keep that stuff on right there just for my San Antonio team, and we're going to beat the Gorditas.
Ooh.
Okay, well, okay, real team name, like a real team name.
What's wrong
I
with that
think
name? San
I
Antonio
think he
will
said.
show up.
I think he said what he said.
Yeah,
Nah, nah. So you have to get a name that
I think I'm going.
encapsulates the best of San Antonio culture.
Uh,
that is part of the best. One of the best parts of the
No, that's
culture.
hold
definitely not.
on. I think Peyton's about to top you here.
So you have to get a name that again encapsulates the best of San Antonio culture.
Does it start
It
with a
really,
T?
what do you mean?
Dorcas.
No, not the
No.
tortas.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was gonna say single mom.
What are we doing?
No, no. I mean like the colors. You got to do something with the. I don't know what the colors would be. I would probably do like silver.
The black and yellow wasn't crazy.
No, black and yellow suck, dude. I just think I would change the colors. I would get a color that I feel like I would just go Fiesta colors. Like with the colors you think about Fiesta,
Ooh.
that's what I would
Yeah.
do.
Like the old Spurs jerseys.
Yeah, pink, orange, and teal,
Great
I
idea
go.
on the colors.
and
Yeah.
black, and then yeah, it's got to be. Maybe it would be the vaqueros. Like it would. I
I
mean,
mean,
just
you could probably do like a ranchero or something like that. Something along those lines.
yeah.
Dude,
And I
get
would.
the
So
fucking
listen.
tortas and get a deal with Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and that shit will sell out every game. Fucking lime juice. All right, some queso cheese right on top. That shit will sell out.
You
I would do.
can't
You know what?
you
I
can't
would do
touch a
the
door in
Fiesta
that
colors.
stadium.
I would do the Fiesta colors. I would buy the rights to the name of San Antonio Missions, and I would just do that.
Don't take my baseball team. Don't take my
Yeah,
baseball team.
I don't know if that's legal.
Well, I have $500 million, and I would build a stadium. I wouldn't fuck the Alamo Dome. I'm gonna build a stadium.
There's only 500
Look,
mil.
I got 50 million.
You
I'm
You
gonna
said
rent it.
50 or
Okay, how about
500?
this? How about this? You do a 5-year deal for the Alamo Dome. You go build a stadium that seats, we'll say 25,000 people, room for growth.
Yep,
You say 25,000 people and go buy the commander's name.
that's great. And then
Yeah.
you give
I
them
mean,
the
look at that
Fiesta
logo.
colors,
It's such a good logo.
but with Fiesta colors. I'll make the logo and I'll fucking start
Fiesta
selling
colors
it.
can be during the Fiesta week, but
Yeah.
Well,
that's a good looking team right there.
they can't be the Commanders either because there's the Washington Commanders.
Who
Those
cares?
guys exist. Oh yeah, fuck those guys. Who gives a shit about them?
Hey,
They're the Washington football team.
San Antonio
Yeah.
Redskins. No,
San Antonio Redskins. Yeah, we got an availability.
it's open. But the something with the Commanders logo, change the colors to Fiesta colors, and then figure out a name.
And I think if we're building a stadium, I'll put the whole 500 in.
It's San Antonio Texians.
The
San
Texans.
Antonio. That's what Texans used to be called. That's what it was called, the Texian Army.
I'm feeling it.
TEXIAN.
Yeah.
Or the San Antonio. What's a Spanish word for rebel?
This is not the group of people to figure that out.
I mean, yeah.
Hold on. Babe, how do you say rebel in Spanish? Huh? Rebelde? How do you say like outlaw? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay.
He's trying to find a word that he can see. He's like, he heard the first one. He's like, can't say that. Give me another one.
My fiance
Yeah,
is fluent in Spanish, so
yeah. Outlaw is not better.
but
Oh,
it would
oh, wait, Bandito's right there.
Banditos. Yes, the San Antonio Banditos. That's great.
There we
Okay.
go. We did it. Let's put this together. Start pitching it.
Yep, we're gonna pitch. I am. I'm gonna build. I'm gonna make that logo, and we're gonna
Imaginary
start putting it
500
on merch
mil.
and selling it.
Yep.
And then if I make enough money off the merch, then
Then we
I'll
can
buy
just
the
build the
team.
stadium. Yeah.
I'll well buy the team first.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I know enough people. If all 187,000 people that I know all put in $10, could we buy a team? No, I'm joking.
You'd
Okay.
have $1.8 million.
Who
Yeah, I
says
know.
no?
Yeah, I know. I know. Okay. So that was a long segment. It is okay. That was the first installment of the happening of the week segment. Moving forward, college football. We're finally getting into it. It was a long road to this point in the episode. The first thing we're going to do with college football is recap last week. So we hold on. Okay, yeah, sorry, I had to figure out the games that I had. Okay, yeah, I got it. All right. So last week, Raymond was not here,
I was not.
but we do have the first game that we picked that I have on the list was the Miami Florida State game. I picked Miami.
Yep.
Devin, you picked Florida State.
Yep.
I told you. Carson Beck looks really good, by the way.
Yeah.
And Florida
Miami
State,
should be the number one team in the country.
I think so. And also Florida State looks really good, but they just couldn't couldn't hang, you know. It was a good game though. Like I didn't watch all of it. I kind of came in like the second quarter, I think. So those are two really good teams. I would not be surprised if both teams make it to the college football playoff. Florida State has to win out to do it, but if Florida State can win out, they could be like one of those at-large teams that make it in.
Yeah, probably.
And then we're gonna move on. So I picked Miami, Devin picked Florida State. The next one is Bama, Vanderbilt, which, by the way, this game, I was sweating at first. I picked Bama. And you picked Bama.
I picked Bama, but I was cheering for Bama.
Yes, kind of the same. But at first, I thought Vanderbilt was about to run away with that thing. I was like, oh, God.
They looked nasty in that first half.
Yeah, and then they just got out-depthed. Bama's a good team. Vanderbilt's still a really good team. Like, Vanderbilt's going to be a problem for everybody they play this year. And that's the first loss Vanderbilt's had. They could win out. It's feasible. If Vanderbilt wins out,
SEC championship with Vandy?
OU Vandy for the SEC championship.
OU wins by 47?
I feel like I need to step in and be the non-OU voice here. We saying OU's going all the way?
Are you not?
I feel like it's my responsibility to ask the question because if I'm not here, it doesn't get asked.
We don't know. We'll see.
Well,
I'll get back
I
to you.
appreciate you playing
All right.
devil's advocate, but this is a Christian household, so I won't listen to you.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Fair enough. I just need to make sure the question got asked.
No, that's fair. I'll get back to you after the OU Texas game. All right. So the next game we picked.
Honestly, I don't know if the OU Texas game is going to teach us a lot.
It might not, but if the OU loses, then I'm for sure gonna have
Okay.
to rescind my state. You know,
Throw it in the trash. Yeah.
Yeah. But that being said, who did you have winning those games, Raymond?
You know, color me asleep at the wheel on this one. Let's look. Let's take a glance here. I'll ignore the final scores here. I'll just tell you what. I had Oklahoma winning last week.
Well, I'm glad you did because we didn't pick them.
Okay. Against you didn't pick them against Kent State?
We didn't pick it. Well, I had them winning the game. I just didn't pick them for the show.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, show picks only, sir. Show picks only.
All right, that makes sense. That make
I'm putting Raymond on the spot.
It's okay, Raymond. We'll move on. We'll move on, Raymond.
no, definitely. You definitely put me on the spot on this one.
It's okay. I just wanted to get you involved. I didn't want you to feel like you're a third
I
wheel.
appreciate it. I was following along. I don't have the depth of input on this one.
So Duke, well, you will here in a little bit. Then Duke beat Cal.
Right.
I picked Duke. Devin, you picked Duke as
Yep.
well. Cal actually isn't that bad though. I watched the game.
No, they're bad.
They're like 4-0. I mean, they haven't beat anybody, but
Cal's 4-0?
yeah, they were 4-0. Now they're 4-0.
No, they weren't
Really?
4-0 because they lost to San Diego State 34-0 but a couple weeks ago.
Oh, maybe they're 4-2. Are they 1-4?
I mean, that's close.
Dude, who am I thinking of? I might be thinking of a different school. Let's see. Hold on. This is where we go.
They are 4-2. What the fuck?
Yeah. They just might not beat
Who
it.
have they played?
Yeah, who are the four?
Oh, they beat Boston College.
All right.
They beat Minnesota. They beat Texas Southern, and they beat Oregon State. Okay, well, two of those teams don't count as real teams.
Which two?
Texas Southern and Oregon State.
Oregon State's not bad.
Right.
They're okay. They
Doesn't
just don't
matter.
have-
Right on the pick.
They just don't have a dad right now. So, that being said, so we both picked Duke, but Duke's a good team. Like, Duke is a good team. Following that, it was the Air Force Navy game,
Yep.
and I believe Navy won. No, Air Force won.
Navy won, and we both picked Navy.
Okay, Navy won. Yeah, that's right. Navy won. I didn't watch the game at all, but I did look at the score at one point. Navy was down by like 10 points.
What point of the game was that? I only got to see the first quarter before I had to, or the first half where I had to go in.
They might have been only down by like 3 points, actually. I can't remember exactly, but they were down at some point, and I was like, fuck. And then the final game we picked was
Iowa State and Cincy.
It blanked on me. Oh yeah, this is the game that we missed on.
Yeah.
Iowa State, Cincy.
Cincy took them to the woodshed.
Cincy's a decent team.
Yep.
That hurt Iowa State's Big 12 championship hopes too. So I don't know. Texas Tech just looks like by far and away the Big 12 favorite. So
for sure,
all the shit we were saying in the beginning of the year turned out to be true. I just thought Texas Tech was going to Texas Tech. So
I mean, I picked Texas Tech. You picked Kansas
so
State.
far.
How's Kansas State look?
we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. That's actually, how dare you? No.
You picked Kansas
Triggered.
State?
All right. That brings us to
Shouldn't
the time, the man, the myth, the legend. We have him here, so there doesn't have to be a video. But Raymond, putting you on the spot. It is time for the No Bitches Team of the Week.
All right. Took my lumps last week. All right. Hand up. My bad. This week, and it's going to get a little bit tighter. Not a lot of blowouts, not a lot of, people falling off that hard. Other hosts wanted me to give it to Texas. Might have earned it. A little too close for my blood. I'm not saying that was good play by any means, but who we will give it to this week, UNC. Making Clemson look good.
Thank you, Raymond, for the No
Who's
Bitches
right
Team
here?
of the Week.
Yeah, good looking man right there.
Yeah.
Now let's critique him live on his bad pick.
Are we really? Do we have
Just
to
kidding. No, it was the right pick.
It's like 2 in a row.
No, it was the right pick. It was honestly overdue.
Penn State.
Yeah.
Who?
There's Penn State.
No, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Penn State is a good pick right now, but no, it's North Carolina. North Carolina.
Penn State loses again. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen the video yet.
There was pressure to give it to Texas, but
I would give it to Texas every week. I don't care if they win.
yeah, that's why I didn't give it to Texas.
If Texas loses this weekend, they're the no bitches team to win.
Yeah.
Even if it's a close game. Okay.
You know what? I'll allow it.
All right. So that brings us to
There's just some things you can't do.
the week, the day, the week, this week of college football. And our game picks. Raymond, you're picking games here. So get ready.
All right.
First guest picker. Like college game day, but with 1/1,000,000th of the budget. Okay.
We got that much? We got that much?
Yeah, that's actually with 1/1000,000th of the budget. Actually, still might be overselling it.
The goal here is a pack of hot dogs for the tailgate.
Exactly it. All right. So,
All right, who we got?
first game is Bama Mizzou.
Bama versus Mizzou. Ooh.
One that's not on my list here. Hold on.
Alabama the secondary had some issues with the run game. Like if you manage to get through that first level,
yeah,
you're gone.
Here's what I'll say about that. 90% of secondaries in the college football have an issue with the run game.
Well, theirs is especially an issue. Missouri's got the best running back in the league right now.
That's true. I think it's going to be a close game.
First off, let me update you on the records.
Oh yeah,
4-1 last week. You're up to 14-15. I went 3-2. I'm at 11-18. You went from 3-11 to 14-15.
That's called correcting. Hey, that's called watching tape, getting in the film room, correcting your mistakes. When I tell you to fit the A gap, you fit the A gap.
Hey, Devin, real quick, can I get my record?
0-0.
Thank you.
Raymond actually has the best percentage right now.
Yeah. Sitting on a clean 0%.
We'll see what happens after this week.
Yep.
So, Bama Mizzou. I'm gonna take Bama. I'm gonna take Bama. Devin.
I'm doing more research this week. I got it. I can't fuck this up.
I got nothing to lose.
Missouri is at home.
Missouri's off of bye week.
Missouri's off of bye week. Missouri's at home. I'll take Missouri.
What about you, Raymond?
I think I want to go Missouri too.
Missouri.
Kind of because I want to watch the fall of Alabama.
Yeah, I do too, but I just don't think it's happening. All right, this next one. This is a big one. Oregon, Indiana.
More research.
Yep.
All right, I'll jump into this. Indiana is a well-coached team. Oregon is a well-coached team. Oregon has a really good young quarterback in Dante Moore. Indiana, just all around, is just a hard-nosed ball club, and they take it to you. They'll take you to the woodshed. They'll take you out back. They'll dust you up. They'll beat you up. It's number 3 versus number 7. I believe Indiana's at home.
Oregon's at home.
Oregon's at home. Oh, okay. That changes things. I really want to go Indiana on this one. I do. But in an effort to go above 500, I'm going to pick Oregon.
Is Oregon also?
I agree with Oregon. I think that home crowd is huge. And
Eugene's a
I
tough
want to think Indiana is up there at that next level, but it's got to prove it still.
Yeah. This is
beating the shit out of Illinois, who beat USC, but USC just might still suck.
Yeah.
I think Illinois improved. I think Indiana has improved, but I don't know if they're up to Oregon's level, who almost played for a championship last year.
Yeah. I agree. I think you're right on that.
I'm going to take Oregon.
This is like a prove it game for Indiana too. Like if they could beat Oregon, they have arrived.
Yeah, if they beat Indiana, they're there. Boom, done.
Yeah, if they beat Oregon. But yeah.
Sorry, other way around. Yeah, you know what
All
I
right,
meant though.
Raymond.
I'm with it too. Oregon.
All right. So I got Bama. Y'all two have Mizzou. We all have Oregon. The next game, Ohio State, Illinois. Obviously, I'm going Ohio State. I don't think it's close. I think Illinois is about to get. It's about to be another Indiana style ass whooping.
Illinois is at home. I don't think it makes a difference. Ohio State's just going to beat the hell out of them. I'm sorry, Dustin, but I don't think they're there yet. So I will. I'm going to be taking Ohio State. They keep the trophy this year.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not seeing anything to make me pick Illinois.
The Illinois quarterback is one of three quarterbacks with over 1,000 yards and no interceptions.
He's a good dude. He's a good quarterback. He's kind of just like an old school hard nosed baller. Like he doesn't have a cannon or anything, but he balls.
Yeah.
All right. The next game is South Florida versus North Texas.
Honestly, if it wasn't October 11th, it'd probably be the most exciting game of the week for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm taking North Texas. I'm taking North Texas. I think they're going to continue their unbeaten streak. They're a good team. South Florida's also a good team, but I'm just going to roll with the Texas boys. Also, Battle of the Green. Mean Green versus the Green Team, the Bulls.
Yeah.
The Brahmas of Florida, if you may.
Well, yeah, they are the
Why you got to
Bulls.
say that right now, dude? I'm hurting. North Texas beats up Lamar. North Texas beats Western Michigan by 3 in overtime, beat the hell out of Washington State to beat Army by 7, and they beat South Alabama by 14.
Meanwhile, we have South Florida beating Boise in Florida. Lost to Miami.
Lost
And
to Florida
then
State. Or no, not Florida State. They didn't play Florida State. They lost another game, though.
I'm only seeing one loss on the record. They're 4 and
Oh, I
1.
thought they lost another game.
No, they're 4-1. Yeah, that's why it's
Okay.
such a big deal. Whoever wins this is in good spot for that outside playoff spot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure South Florida's a better team, but I'm just gonna roll Texas on this one.
All right, I gotta take a chance. You took North Texas. I'm gonna take South Florida.
Probably not a chance. I'm probably a good bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go USF too. I'm liking their
Hell yeah,
wins better.
brother.
All right, USF. And for the final pick, it is officially hate week. The team up north, Norman, Oklahoma, is going to roll into Dallas, Texas, the Cotton Bowl, in the heart of Deep Ellum, sort of, in Dallas. If you're from Dallas, I think you know. In the heart of Dallas, the team from Austin, Texas, will skip up to Dallas, go in, and get their head shoved up their butt. OU beats Texas by a million.
Now, Devin, be non-biased here.
Texas has a great defense. Archie March Man, I keep calling him Archie. Arch Manning struggled.
March Madness Manning.
Arch Manning struggled against Florida. He
March
looked better.
Manning? More like ouch, Manning.
Oh,
Damn.
he still got that weird throwing motion. Oklahoma's defense is next level. Oklahoma's defense is next level. Texas's line, not next level. They're gonna eat shit. John Mateer is gonna come back and have the game of a lifetime. All right. And even if he doesn't come back, doesn't matter.
I'm feeling Michael Jordan flu game.
Boomer sooner, baby.
Now, Raymond, what's your pick?
Raymond, if you fuck this up, you'll never be on this show again.
Well, here's my problem. I can't be on record like this because I agree the O line is in shambles. I agree Arch Manning's running for his life. I agree the OU defense is something scary. I'm gonna take Texas.
All right.
Take it.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put Raymond at 0-1.
You do what you gotta do, big dog. You do what you gotta do.
0-1.
You do what you
Officially went
gotta
from
do.
the best to the worst record.
When I tell you, you guys are gonna get the video of me acting a fool next week. If Texas pulls this off, there won't even be a no bitches team of the week. It's just gonna be a video of me acting a fool.
It's gonna be a
I
video
respect
of Raymond twerking
That's
in
It's
his
just gonna
front
be a
yard.
video of me running back and forth in my living room.
that's
Here's,
hey,
honestly, when I complain to people about Texas fans, I always use Raymond and Austin, my buddy Austin, as the examples because they won't say shit about UT football all year. They won't say a stat. Did you see the game? We're doing so good. They won't say shit. If they happen to play good against Oklahoma, they'll be like, "You guys suck."
Hold on, it is about 10:39. By my calculations, OU does still suck.
Kick 'em. Kick 'em.
Okay. I know where you live, Raymond. No, I'm joking. I don't.
I was like, you do.
All right, we're gonna move into the NFL. We'll start off with the games from last week. Our pick: Chiefs versus Jags is the first one. Gotcha, Devin. I gotcha.
Yep.
Bills versus Pats. We were wrong on that one. Niners Rams.
Who knew Mac Jones had it in him?
Mac Jones is that guy. And
I
Giants.
don't know if you could say all that.
Yeah, well, he did all right. He did good. Giants Saints. We got that one wrong too.
Who knew Spencer Rattler had it in him?
Who knew? Who dat knew, Devin?
That was a bad week for both of us. I went 0-4. So I went from 8-5 to 8-9, and you went 1-3. So you're now 6-11.
Yeah,
I'm making a comeback though.
I don't think I should do
You
that.
technically did gain one game on me.
Yeah, I'm not doing the dollar parlay thing anymore.
All right. Moving on to our NFL picks for this week. Our first game is 49ers Bucks. I'm picking the Bucks, obviously. I roll with my guy from
Baker
OU.
Mayfield.
MVP favorite right now, Baker Mayfield, which that dude is on a tear. That team is literally Baker Mayfield has the biggest rucksack of all time, and he's got the Tampa Bay franchise in that bag, and he's carrying them right now. 2 fourth quarter come from behind victories. 4 of them in the last 5, 4 of them in 5 games is diabolical, and just the team could either launch to the moon or they could fall off a cliff.
Honestly, what's insane is it's a very easy comparison to make between them, just going off score differential, between them and the Chiefs last year. But the Chiefs look so bad doing it. Baker Mayfield looks so good doing it.
Yeah, you're just like, this team's so great. So, yeah, I have the Bucks. Devin, who do you have?
I got the Bucks.
I think that the injuries to the 49ers, I think that even though they do have the Bucks number the last couple years. I think that it will be a change in outcome this year. And Raymond,
I think we're going for a clean sweep. I'm going Bucks.
Bucks. We got all
Good pick.
Bucks.
That was a secret test, and you passed.
I mean, that can't bet against Baker.
I respect it. I don't either.
Also,
Next one is going to be Bears Commanders.
Hold on, Ray. What were you saying?
I was going to also say they're sixth in passing yards, and the 49ers are tied for sixth in points against them.
Okay, there you go.
According to ESPN.
So we got Bears Commanders.
I'm going to take one's tough. I'm going to take the Commanders. I think the Bears have a good shot in this game. I think they've got piece the offense together after they beat the Cowboys, and I'm going to take the Commanders.
I don't know why we had to bring that up.
That is honestly a tough pick for me.
Yeah.
The Commanders, I mean, they don't necessarily have any bad games.
The Bears are just sneaky,
maybe
though.
the Packers.
Yeah, the Bears are just sneaky. Like right now, the Bears can lose to anybody and beat anybody.
Yeah.
I want to pick Bears, but I'm going to take Commanders. I think the Commanders look a little bit more consistent.
I respect it.
What is the Bears' run defense looking like this year? I think I might just mess around and go Commanders.
All right, clean sweep on the Commanders.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
What do you got?
Oh, yeah. Commanders for sure.
okay.
Commanders for sure.
The next game we are picking, Titans Raiders.
I feel like you just went to the opposite end of the spectrum here.
So Titans Raiders, I think it's going to be a decent game. Honestly, this is actually a tough pick. They're kind of like the Raiders are maybe a little better, but Cam Ward has been turning it on, and they had a crazy win last week against the Cardinals. The Titans did, and I think the Cardinals are just a shit show. I think they need a new head coach. But if I was a betting man, like for some reason in my gut, it's screaming pick the Titans. So I'm picking the Titans. I don't think the Titans are projected to beat the Raiders, but I'm picking the Titans.
I think the Cardinals are too much of a shit show for me to give a ton of credit. I think that's going to be good for the Titans in general. Cam Ward, he had that interview or he was doing a press conference with them after a game. He was like, yeah, no, we just all suck. And that's the problem.
I believe his quote was, "We are ass."
We are ass.
I wonder what the
I'm going
final
to keep it a buck. We are ass.
There you go.
And it was, I think he's going to have great potential there if they can get the players around him. And I think they got the motivation now. But Ashton, oh, by the way, I traded Ashton Genty in my fantasy league.
Cool.
He wasn't getting any decent playing time. I traded him and he immediately went off. So Raiders fans, you're welcome. If you still have Ashton Genty in your fantasy league, you're welcome. So I'm missing out on that. The Raiders now got the guy that we all knew he was, and I'm going to take the Raiders.
Second best rookie running back in the league.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to Cam. He said they are ass. I'm going to believe him. I'm going Raiders.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
The best player on that team is sent me a message. Said don't do it.
He told us, yeah. I don't know. The Raiders is probably the right pick, but I'm just going to go with the Titans. And then the last pick is Cardinals Colts.
Are we going to debate it, Colts?
No, I have to. No.
Colts, I'm taking the Cardinals. All right.
You gotta
All right, you said it. I'm putting it in.
I just refuse to believe that Daniel Jones is is a really good quarterback.
You mean Indianapolis Jones? You're gonna bet against him?
Indiana Jones. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm betting against Indiana Jones. I'm probably wrong,
You
but
are.
also I have to pick other teams than you, Devin, because
Hey, man, it's a long season. It's a long season.
Yep.
well, don't worry, I'm gonna get my get back. All right,
So if I go 3-0 and never come back, do I just flat out win?
Raymond, you're gonna be back.
No.
I have to go. Remember, I have to go do
Yeah,
my
Raymond, you're
top.
coming back in a couple weeks, whether you like it or not.
All right. I mean,
The
I
week of
could just duck it and keep my record.
the week of November, the after November 8th, I'll be I'll be MIA for 2 weeks until Thanksgiving.
No, okay.
So you will be the co-host, Raymond.
You got a month.
I mean, more realistically, I'm gonna trash these picks and I'm going to be begging you to come back to fix it.
We'll see. College is my game, not and I'm not even doing great at that. Okay, so that's everything for football. We talked about UFL, we talked about college football, we talked about the NFL. Now we got to talk about the tailgate, the last segment. And we don't have a tailgate top five. We didn't go to a tailgate, but what we do have is we're going to ask Raymond specifically what his favorite football movie is of all time, what his favorite tailgate drink is, and what his favorite tailgate food is. In that
Damn,
order.
you getting all three listed once?
Damn,
Not all three lists. We just get the top one.
just 3 barrels immediately.
Okay, so the best one all time of every single group.
For his favorite for every group.
Okay.
On the
Favorite
spot,
football movie.
on the spot right here. Okay.
It's authentic like that.
You know, if you had asked me before last week, it would have been easily Remember the Titans. But you made such a great case about Friday Night Lights. I had to go back and look again. I'm about to go Friday Night Lights. That speech is electric.
First of
Yep.
all, listen, there's nothing wrong with Remember the Titans. It's
Nothing
just
at
that
all.
everything that Remember the Titans does, Friday Night Lights does it better, besides ending racism. But, but
I feel like Friday Night Remember the Titans is like a 2 hour version of that speech from Friday Night Lights. Every like you get over the course of Remember the Titans, what you get from that single speech in Friday Night Lights.
and there's no dad, like the authenticity of a dad beating up his son.
Yep.
Like also, first of all, this is the thing about Remember the Titans that no one ever talks about. Allen, the linebacker that is replaced by Petey, he was all state. And then he couldn't cover anybody. What all state record was he on? Like the number one linebacker for the deaf and blind?
Also, PD went in with no. PD had never played defense before, and he just perfectly picks
Immediately
up the
dropped
coverage.
into a perfect back pedal and stuck it. Yeah. Like it's just it doesn't make sense. But
But if you ignore that and just have a good time, great.
yeah. Also the football talk in Friday Night Lights is superior to the football talk in Remember Titans. Remember Titans has good football talk.
No, it's
But
straightforward defensive strategy. We blitz all night.
NCAA,
nobody
that's
gained
what we
another
do.
yard is diabolical to say because like when I'm they gained 1 yard. Like that's
He
a
pulls
good
it. He
defensive
pulls
play.
everybody out of there. You
Yeah.
see, he said it right there in the bottle.
He goes right back to being racist again.
Yeah.
And he's just
That's
like,
what I'm
fuck the
saying.
whole thing.
Yeah, like that's insane. But that's the right pick. Friday Night Lights is
Yeah.
the right football movie. It is the greatest football movie of all time. Until I become a director and make the greatest football movie of all time, Friday Night Lights will reign supreme. Peter Berg, thank you for that movie.
All right, made it through one. What else we got? What do we got next? We had
Let's do
Favorite
drinks.
we'll do drink.
tailgate drink of all time.
Now are we going specific drink or are we
Whatever
just
you
going
think it
generic?
is. Whatever you think it is. It's
Peyton, what was your number one drink?
Shiner or Pacifico. Yours
My
was
number one drink was any drink that gets handed to me by another tailgater.
That's a great answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
it is. I mean, your list was better than mine in that on that. That was a better
I'll,
list. Mine was better for being specific. Yours was better for capturing the heart of the tailgate.
I'm
So
gonna
here's
split the difference and I'm gonna say any Mexican beer. I'll go Sol, I'll go Pacifico, I'll go Dos Equis, Corona. There was that point when people were right after the pandemic where people were buying Corona and looking at each other sideways. I never stopped.
All right. Before we get to the last one, I got an idea. We
Okay.
go to a late November Maction game, Tuesday night football. Show up to the parking lot. We tailgate. All it is fajitas and Mexican beers. An
That's a,
experience that most of these people have never had.
that we should eventually, when I have the ability to go to a Tuesday night football game, uh, I will do that. Maybe I'll just save up leave and just
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
take them.
When Peyton retires, we're doing a whole season. We just go to one game for every team in the MAC.
I mean,
Yeah,
let me know.
We don't come home for 3 months.
I'll just buy a case of beef skirt.
hopefully by then, Raymond, we can just employ you full time.
Yeah, just show up in it. I'll just make every tailgate a business.
Well, we actually breaking news: Raymond has been hired for a net salary of $0 to be our official tailgate sports media DEI commentator.
So is this is this
Oh,
is this like actual knowledgeable color commentator, or am I more like a Family Guy Ollie
African
kind of
American
okay,
commentator. We can't say colored anymore. That's crazy.
fair enough. But is this like do I need to actually present information, or am I going to be like the
you're the
it's called?
diversity commentator.
He's our official diversity commentator. Okay,
It's going to be like the Ollie of commentating. It's
that will be.
Yeah.
Corey.
If you don't think I'll make that your title, I will. The last one is your favorite tailgate food.
Favorite tailgate food.
Just saying, sleeper pick is Rangoons. Just saying, sleeper pick.
Sleep. Have you had a Rangoon at a tailgate, though, is my question.
So here's the thing, right? Like, I make Rangoons a lot, and I know that you can make them at a tailgate. I've never done it,
Okay.
but
This is like a conceptual pick
it's
more
a
than a
concept. It's kind of like concept art for Halo 6. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it's the concept art for the new Skyrim game.
It's like Oppenheimer in the office. He's like, theoretically this works, but we haven't tested it
Theoretically,
yet.
it dominates, but
Yeah.
and it's so versatile. It's like the spread offense.
I think you need to put this as a test. I
It's
think
gonna be tested.
first tailgate podcast you got to pull up with Rangoons.
You think? Trust me. There's things in the plan in works. If if I could ever have time to do it, or Devin could, but if we
You can
can,
tell me.
make these things happen, which we got to get on the ball, it could happen.
You got to get a
We can
crowd.
do this stuff all the time if you weren't busy all the time. Also, if you were still getting paid.
We're not talking about that. Yeah, we're definitely not going to talk about that. Hey, who knows? Maybe they make their own fourth quarter comeback and get me paid last minute. I would really like that. Because also
Not putting in on that parlay either.
my FBI
All right.
agent,
Okay.
my personal FBI agent who's been listening to all my conversations I've had at work about this, if I don't get paid, I'm probably going to get swatted. So, because I've been saying some diabolical things about the people that have the authority to get me paid.
Oh, put this on YouTube.
Yep.
Put it on
I'm,
YouTube.
I'm not saying what I've said. I'm just kidding, guys. I haven't said anything bad. It's all
It's
jokes.
gonna be some men in balaclavas at your door.
I hope they do because I'm unfiltered. I will
Unlabeled
tell them
vests.
exact. I will tell them exactly what. So also another thing, guys. The Secretary of War. There is a new name for him. He's our war daddy. So if I ever see the Secretary of Sec War, I'm gonna be like, Roger that, war daddy. Um,
He'd probably like that.
honestly, I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't think
basically
I don't think he'd like that in the way that you wanted to like it,
my
though.
unit's
Confirmed.
goal, if any important people come by, is to escort me away as fast as possible and let people that won't say unhinged things to a person of dignity.
Are we confirming on the podcast that you want to call other men daddy?
I think you are.
The
Just the war,
DEI has just got exploded in one episode.
just the war. He's just war daddy. That's
I'm
that's
glad we're
war
being
daddy.
progressive, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
just a
war
lot to
daddy.
take in.
That's war daddy. All right.
Top food, Raymond.
Top food. Well,
So Peyton, your top food was?
the
I
crab
forgot.
in that goon.
It wasn't Rangoons.
That
It
wasn't
wasn't Rangoons. It was corn dogs or something like that.
Nah, it wasn't yours.
It was, I don't remember.
Wow.
What was it?
I don't remember what yours was either.
What was yours then?
Mine was beer brats.
That's a good one.
I think I said burgers.
Beer brats for me. I said burgers at one point, but it wasn't my top number one. Beer
I
brats
think
all the way.
my number one was either burgers, maybe it was fajitas. I don't remember.
See, yeah, I'm a San Antonio kid. Give me a good chicken fajita any day of the week.
Mm.
Dark meat.
Dark, it's got to be dark meat.
Gotta be the thigh.
Gotta be. Someone comes up to the grill and they're like, "Hey, you got any white meat?"
Let's be very clear. As our chief diversity correspondent, you had to say dark meat.
No, I could have.
That doesn't sound very. That doesn't sound, very inclusive, Peyton.
You're
What do you mean?
killing. I mean, you're killing the diversity game with Rangoon. So we have it covered.
That is true. We have fajitas and ragoons and beer brats. That's Germany.
Yep. Well,
Rangoons is kind of Asian, but really not.
Germany
then
diversity.
we have fajitas. That's Mexico, Germany, China, and we're killing it. I don't know if Rangoons are considered Chinese or
They're probably
Japanese,
not. They're probably
Korean.
American.
They're
probably
somewhere. No,
somewhere.
the Rangoons are. I think they're Chinese actually. But I don't think they deep fry them. I think they boil them. Rangoons are just deep fried dumplings. That's really what it is. But anyway, okay, that was. I think that was everything. That was a long episode, but we covered everything. Raymond, we got you on. We are definitely going to have you back. So
Yeah, I will be back.
It'd be weird if you hired him this episode and we never saw him again.
well,
I mean, what else do you do with the DEI hire?
I okay. Personally, I would love to see Raymond work as much as he wants.
Raymond's gonna be making call-ins.
Okay. Yeah, that was
Put me on
the episode.
Just put me on the screen in the background somewhere of one of your videos.
That would be hilarious, actually. Actually, I might figure out a way to do that.
I won't say anything. I'll just pop up.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So, all right. So that was episode 9 of the Tailgate Sports Media Podcast with our first ever official guest, Raymond. We want to thank you for joining the show. Please, everyone out there, do the like and subscribe thing. It would help. I'm not getting paid right now, so if we can get 1 million subscribers and I can be rich off this overnight, that'd be pretty cool.
Hey man, just 999,900 left to go.
You know what I
Countdown
forgot
to 1 million subscribers starts today. No, I'm joking.
It starts today.
So yeah, we really appreciate you for joining, Raymond.
Yeah, you know what I
Um,
forgot to say before I miss this opportunity? Long time listener, first time caller, happy to be here.
okay. All right, that's solid. I was actually gonna let you send us out, Raymond. Um, before I let you send us out, I'm Peyton. That's Devin. Raymond.
Yeah, I'm Raymond, Mr. No Bitches Team of the Week. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.